welcome for the second attempt. Welcome to the second live stream now of Flower Circus. We want to give you some positivity in this strange period. During these live streams, we want to talk with different people in the industry from different countries, different companies as well. We will talk with growers, wholesalers. We will talk with people in Holland, in Colombia, in China. So hope you will like it. Please comment if you have any questions. Please comment if you can hear us. For the first day, we will start with Wouter Duijvesteijn from the company Beyond. We tested it, and I think, and it should work now. Okay, let's get him in. Wouter, welcome.
Hi, Sean.
Thank you for joining us during the first live show. It's a strange period. Normally we talk and we have a chat, and it was good times. Now it's different. What's your experience at the moment?
I think it's now like nearly 2 weeks that we see there is not as much demand as we are used to. A lot of markets closing down due to this coronavirus, and at the moment we see a price fall at the clocks and difficulty to sell flowers.
Okay, and are all the markets closed, or how can we see that?
Actually, it started all in back there in January, where China was being hit by this virus, and everybody think it probably only will be there, this problem. And in time we see the coronavirus spread all over the world like a pandemic, and now since 2 weeks it's here in Europe, and we face some lockdowns, periods of governments deciding not to let the children go to school. Everything is locked. People should stay at home. Shops closed, and as producers we see it in our demand that the demand for our flowers is going down.
Yeah, that's a pity, of course, but the most important thing is that everybody is safe and stays at home. Your company is called Beyond. That's not without a reason. You think beyond your own company, you're helping growers. That's how I know you. You will always come up with new ideas. Have you got already some new ideas, or how do you see your company getting through this period and after this period?
Before all of this started, we were working on quality, and that's something we do all the time. We try to increase product quality. We try to make our customers even more happy with the same product, but we try to improve, for example, transport time, life, phase life, the quality of the stems. This is always what we are doing like the last 10 years. And before all of this started, we're investing in a machine what is going to make sure that we sort out everything. And then this virus hit us one by one, and now we see a total fall down of demand in our business, and it's actually quite crazy to see that we see a fall down of our demand, and at the same moment we are investing.
Yeah. It's a strange period. Can you explain me a bit more, because for a lot of people it's difficult to understand what's happening at the auction at the moment. There is a regulation that you cannot supply the full 100% of what you're producing. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. It started all 1 week ago. 1 week ago, as demand fell down, the auction was trying to regulate the amount of flowers coming to the auction. We were maximized on 30%. Even this week, fall down is even more, and for our product, it's going back to 20%. I thought, but we have all the time. We have from the information from the auction, how much you can supply next day. So it's actually regulated to make sure the price on auction will not be totally falling down. But what you see today is that price actually go all in between 5 to 15 cents, and it's actually close to the price what when the clock. This is something strange in foreign countries probably, but the price is lower than 5 cents, then everything will be destructed. So we see that prices go near this point at the moment.
But if I'm correct, the product that is on the auction is the fresh product every day.
Yeah, it's a fresh product, and I think the growers will bring the best of the best every day, because only the best is being still sold, and we tried. We nobody know how much time this will take to that the market will be normal again. So everybody's a little bit in stress, I think. What's happening? What's happening in the world? When will this all be over? What will happen with my company? Everybody's working on the surviving at the moment.
Yeah. And are you in contact with your clients? What they are doing? What and how their demand will develop?
Yeah, they look day by day and they check what can we do tomorrow. They don't know, and they just see what they need to buy, and they only buy like this. They will never put something in stock, and I think it's living day by day and waiting for more information.
I think for you as a grower makes it even more difficult, because people are living day by day, but you have to plan, I think 10 or 12 weeks ahead, from planting to harvesting. Is it possible to look that far ahead? Are you taking measurements? Are you planting less, or what are you doing?
9 out of 10 growers, they buy little plants from a company who grows the little plants, and so they can do like 10 weeks ahead. So they plant until it flourishes like 10 weeks.
Yeah.
In our situation, we need 12 weeks, as we are making our little plants ourselves. And so everything what we do today will be harvested in 12 weeks. So when we decide, for example, to stop production today, in 12 weeks we will see the result.
Okay. So let's hope that then everything's back to normal. Or I think, personally, I think it's not going to be again like it was. Things are changing a lot. I was just talking to somebody in China who we will interview next week. He said a lot of things are changing there. They are, like he said, beyond the virus already. They're building up. Can you tell them a bit more about your company? Because not everybody maybe not everybody knows you.
Actually, we are a chrysanthemum grower, and during this interview I will go to the company. Maybe we have some fresh sunlight, then we can really see that we are fresh and live. Our company is a family business. My grandfather started this company like 1938, and in this period we don't start with Chrysants. It was
something else.
I see some construction people working here. We are reconstructing a lot, so probably this is not the best place to the interview. But in 1938, my grandfather started with lettuce and with some plumbers and a lot of tomatoes, and in the end even grapes. And later on, actually my grandfather decided like 50, 60 years ago to turn into chrysants, and they just started only to produce in actually autumn. From nature, it's the chrysant is like an autumn flower.
Yeah.
And This autumn flower is was used to be only produced in like summer and flourishing in autumn, and it developed like 50 years ago to a year-round cultivation, so day-by-day production. And I'm not sure how much time, but 30, 40 years ago, I think first 30 years ago, I think first growers started with using some artificial lighting to make better quality in winter as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's even now.
I think you have. I think your greenhouse is that big that you have to walk back to where you got some. I think you're too far away in the greenhouse because we can't
Can you
hear
me
you.
again?
No, I think you have to walk back a little bit. Now we can hear you. Yeah, now we can hear you again. We lost you a bit in the end. But what we see when you were walking down in your greenhouse, we saw some black cloth, and that's helping to grow the chrysanthemums year round. Am I right?
Can you still hear me?
We can still hear you. I hope you can hear us.
I changed from the Wi-Fi, I think. Sorry for this.
Okay, it's a big greenhouse, so let's hope I can hear you again. No, you cannot hear me. So yeah, are we back again? No, we're not back again. We can. I will. Wouter will come back. He will call me again. Let's see if he can hear us later. The greenhouse Wouter is walking in is 6.5 hectares. He has 3 varieties at the moment. He has got. Okay, I will. 1 minute, and yeah, Wouter is back again. I just told which varieties you were growing, Wouter. So the Baltica white.
Sean, I forget about my Wi-Fi. I'm out of my reach. So it's one big experiment for me. This first time for me that we are working like this. But
yeah, you were talking about year-round growing chrysanthemums, that you need artificial light for it. And I saw the black screens as well. That's also has to do with the year-round growing of chrysanthemums, right?
Can you maybe repeat, give me another time this question?
Yeah, the black screens you have, that also has to do with year-round growing chrysanthemums, right?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, in our greenhouse where I'm at the moment, for now, you can see only sunlight and you can see a lot of plants growing. And what we can do here, we can create the ideal situation for every plant year-round by giving them the air, the sun, everything. But as chrysanthemums are reacting on the length of the day, we can close the screens on top, and we can close the screens on the sides. So, for example, when you can see here on the top, we can close everything. On the sides, we can do the screens down. And
yeah.
what we can do, for example, is that we have, for example, this stage of flowers. And here we have one stage, and the next stage can be 1 day more young. So we, for example, give this plant like 24-hour lightning, and the next one we don't give, only we give it for 12 hours. And when we change the day length, we can control what the time will be when the flowers will flourish.
Okay, that's really interesting. But this is something that's happening at every grower. Yeah. But as I hear in the market and as I see in the market, you're one of the top growers. What makes it that makes your chrysanthemums more special?
Every grower has his own way of dealing with quality, and I think in Holland we have a lot of good quality production. But you can see one grower is focusing more for cost price, one grower is focusing more for high-end quality, and that's what we try to do at Beyond. We don't want to, we don't look too much for cost price. We just check what can we do. That's
Yeah.
our main question. What can we do to make sure that our quality in the flower when we sell it will be the best? So what we try to put inside the highest level of energy, so they can endure transport, they can endure vase life, and they will be to the best profit of the florist. So when they buy, for example, 5 of my flowers, they can use 5 of my flowers. Actually, this is the really easy thing, but this is how we look at flowers. And we want the quality of the flowers to be fresh and white and shiny. That in this way that the consumer or the florist will be willing to buy our flowers another time. So when the fixed clients buying us, they are not so much focusing for lowest pricing, but they are focusing for the best experience for their customers.
Yeah. And what I noticed when I visited your company, you also have a special way of cooling your flowers.
Yeah, that's true. I think like 10 years ago, we checked when we started building this new company. We see, we have the at this moment the very modern greenhouse for this time. But then you are going to check, okay, what's for us our best proposition? Why do people buy our flowers? And at this moment, the two things what was really important for our customers was that our selections is really perfect,
Yeah.
and they can work with our flowers for 1 week extra. So transport and energy inside is really good. So this was the two things what we were going to focus on. So we took out some old books from school and see uh, what's making your flowers stay longer in the vase. And actually, it's
Okay.
really quite simple. It's like you have some days, how much days you have some points in some system. It's like a system of temperature and endurance. So how much days you have what temperature. So for example, you have when you store the flowers with 2 degrees
Yeah.
and you store your flowers for 10 days, you will lose 20 points. For example, every flower is 100 energy points, and you store your flowers with for 2 degrees for 10 days, you lose 20 points, and you have 80 points left for your phase life.
Yeah.
But the normal chain was like you put back to 20 degrees, or you give them for 20 degrees, you put them in cool store, and after 10 days, the flowers were like average 10 degrees. So you have an average of 15 degrees for 10 days. So this 100 energy points, when you do 10 days to 15 degrees, you have 150 points you lose for quality. So actually you are minus 50 points. So you can see the vase life is really bad. The storage is the quality, or when you take it out of the storage or the selling moment is not so good. So we
Yeah.
started pre-cooling our flowers, and this pre-cooling was really actually a good idea, as our flowers already were the best to store, but after this pre-cooling, we could store them even more.
Okay.
And
Actually, I want to ask you something, or I want to say something to the people who are watching. I think it's good when we add in the comments the way you calculate about the flowers, how long they last, because I think it's quite an interesting one, so people can see how long they last.
I think something is always good. It's a technical story, but it's really good to tell the people. And I see that we started this maybe for like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think all of Chrysants from Holland are now pre-cooled, or maybe 80-90%. So we make big steps in Holland, but we try to be the first all the time.
Yeah.
So
So I think actually for when there are florists watching in these uncertain times, if you have the pre-cooled chrysanthemums, they will last longer. So you have more time to sell them at the moment, especially in uncertain times. I think that's a good thing to know.
uh, what we see for the other side is that we try to everybody thinks that when you, for example, when we are here, yeah, and you can see all these chrysants everywhere, everybody's thinking that all of these, for example, like 50,000 stems are on one side, one place. They're all equal and all the same. They be harvest one day, but I can tell you the truth, they're not. It's a lot
It's
of
like
differences in between. One is like 150 gram, and the other flower is 50 gram, and they're all next to each other. And we don't want to put them in one bunch. Actually, we are trying to improve our standard of sorting out flowers day by day. And we trained our people to do it manually by hand. It's
yeah.
a quite difficult way to do it, but I think we succeeded in this. And this is what we're trying to do at this moment. At this moment, we try to go to the next step. We're working with the machine to improve this situation even more. And I hope we will be in production like in a few weeks.
So you got the trust that everything will be okay. So you keep on investing, and the machine is being installed now, as you told. Hopefully, we can call you again to see the machine working as well.
That's what we are working on. It will be not so easy because it's really difficult struggle at the moment for everybody, for all of my colleagues, for everyone. And I wish everybody the best in this time. As it's really, really, really difficult time for everybody now, as you need your turnover every week, you need your payments every week, and when it falls down, your turnover, and you still get the bills. So
Yeah.
I think everybody all around in the world have the same problem at the moment, and I think it's. I wish everybody the best.
Yeah, and is the government helping you to get through this period?
I see some news feeds. I think 1 hour ago, 2 hours ago, and our prime minister or our minister for agriculture wanted to help us, but Europe didn't give the green light to do this. So probably we're on ourselves. So it's a little bit. We're not sure what the situation will bring us.
Okay, yeah, that's another good news. So hopefully, the Dutch government can support you instead of the European government.
There's some regulations like you can pay some tax for some later. People working with your company can be. You can get money from them back when they are not able to work or your turnover is going down.
Yeah,
And I think it's like we, um, you can hear on the voice in the when you hear this here. That's what
yeah,
I'm a little bit confused about. That they are always trying to communicate together to get the best result.
yeah.
So for now, it's all doing manually. Take out this lichter, do like this. We are only happy when we every day can make this promise. And yeah, the people working here do so. So I'm really happy to have these people, but that's what you hear on the background.
Yeah, yeah, we heard it. I thought it was your wife shouting that you had to come for dinner, but no, it's a difficult period, I think, for everybody. What can you see that will be changing? I see a lot of initiatives that people start to sell their flowers at the side of the road. People, yeah. What are you doing? Are you still selling to wholesalers or export companies, or are you yeah, trying to sell everything at home?
We try actually to sell only the best quality, and the lower qualities we don't sell anymore. So we stop with this. And what we do as well is we give, I think, of 3 hospitals already some extra flowers. Yesterday, a good initiative from
Oh, I
who
think
are lonely as they are not allowed to.
yeah,
So this is what we actually try to do. We try to don't waste our flowers. That's something we don't like. But we're
okay.
not sure.
We lost the connection a little bit, but you gave away flowers to different hospitals, as I could understand, to support them as well.
Yeah, actually, everybody is suffering difficult times at the moment. A lot of people, they don't know what next day will bring. And the thing what we do, we try to work every day. Our fixed working people are working every day. They make good hours as well.
Yeah.
And we are really confident that we overcome this situation. And we are thinking now what to do after, how to prepare for when the crisis stops.
Okay. And you actually, maybe you can tell more about it. You developed a game, Beyond the Game. And I think for now, it's when people are sitting at home or don't have a lot to do, maybe it's nice for them to know about that game. Why did you make it?
Um, First of all, I like games. I like playing games. It's something family do when they have nothing to do on special days like Christmas. They go on the table and do some games, just to interact together, to do something. Sometimes difficult games, sometimes simple games. And for now, we think, yeah, how can we tell the story of our family? And we developed this game to combine two things: to learn the people about our company, and the first thing is to have fun.
Okay.
So yeah, just try it one time. You can do it alone, but it's not the gameplay most interesting. But you can do it with up to four people, I think, and then you can just roll the dice and walk all over the gameplay. And actually, there's no losers inside. We try to make the game like fun.
Yeah, and it tells the whole story how to grow chrysanthemums and how it's done in the Beyond way, right?
Actually, that's how it is.
Yeah. Okay. The link is in the screen at the moment. I will put it in the comments later as well. Do you have any tips or things for people watching and how to get through this period?
Yeah, I think life is changing at the moment. At this moment, I hope this crisis will bring more social interaction. People are going to look after each other more, and people don't use their telephone only when they're sitting at home, and they look after each other. And I think when you make it family-wise more cozy at home, you can put some extra flowers on the table, and I hope we can provide this new feeling of social interaction and give some of the love of this flowers, because our flowers is love, I think, in the joy of the family situation.
I think that's very wisely spoken. I think it's good to implement the flowers in the current business while people sitting at home, and that they will keep the feeling, and enjoy the flowers and the nature as much as they do now, or they are doing now. Is there anything more you want to add, Wouter?
Yeah, I can tell you that it's really warm inside, and I like it. It's maybe I have too much clothes now, but outside the temperature is like 2 degrees in Holland. We have a lot of sun, and as you hear now, you hear the water on the top of the greenhouse cooling our flowers. So what we do, we can do, for example, we can open the windows in summer when the temperature is too hot.
Yeah.
But when outside we want to cool sometimes as well with the windows closed, and then we use the water on the top. And why we do this? We can make the ideal situation for growing the plants.
So
And,
while they used to do it with chalk, they made it white. You do it with water, right?
yeah, we do it with water. It's just simple. We keep it simple, and nature, physics will help us. So water we put on top. It vaporizes, extracts the heat from the greenhouse, and the greenhouse is cooled.
Yeah.
And in this way, the flowers can be as strong as possible, as we are trying to put as much as possible in energy inside this flower. The more sugar inside, the more time they can survive transport, and the more time they will.
Oh.
Actually, that's what we get.
Can you repeat it from the more sugar, because we didn't hear you?
When the flowers are growing, they turn the sunlight in sugar, and they can use it for growing. And the more sugar inside the flower, the more strong and more energy. So when the energy level is high, the maximum energy level we can put in the box, so they can survive transport, and they can stand out on face. And that's actually what we try to do. So we have to give them as much as possible energy and put it inside.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You too, Sean.
Yeah, what I'd like to know from the viewers, did you like the video? Please give us some comments how we can improve. And I also want to tell that tomorrow Mark Frank will be here telling about what he's doing at the moment, or one of our designers. On Monday we will have Kevin van Vliet from Van Vliet Flower Group. He has a wholesale in Prague. On Tuesday we have Juan David from Colombia. He will tell us about the situation in Colombia. Wednesday we will have Madelon Boom from Rose Life. She's supplying the Dutch retail, and she had some really great ideas already implemented directly when the prices dropped. So I'm really happy that we have her in the show. On Thursday we have Martin Groen, also one of the designers. He's in the board of the VBW, the organization for florists in Holland. He will tell what this organization does for the florist in these difficult times. And on Friday we will have Peter Curtis. He's living in China. He's now in quarantine. He will be out this weekend, so he will be on the flower market there and tell us more about the situation in China. I hope to see you on those live streams as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much, Wouter. I've got a little bit of surprise for you as well. Today we will launch a new video, an inspirational video with your flowers as the star in it, the Baltica yellow. After this live stream, I think within an hour we will post it, so you can get some inspiration during these times. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Wouter, and hope to see you all tomorrow.